Yo, what up, y'all? Tight Shirt Terry Warfield back for another video. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, make sure you be thankful for your life today because a lot of people did not get that luxury. Quick moment of silence for the lives lost in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yo, y'all gotta relax with all of this gun violence and mass shootings and all that stuff. It's out of control. Make sure y'all use your voices and speak up about this stuff and stop being so quiet. On to the meat and potatoes. We out here at the beach today, super calm, super relaxed. In the last video, we talked about if you're on the fence with the R6 and the A7IV, which by the way, if you can't get a good result out of either one of those cameras, the A7IV or the R6, you just plain suck. I'm just throwing it out there. But in that video, if you're on the fence, I gave 11 reasons why I feel like you should get the Canon EOS R6 over the A7IV. And now, Sony fam, it's time for some redemption. In this video, I got 12 reasons why I think if you're on the fence, you should grab the Sony A7IV over the Canon EOS R6. Let's get on with the meat and potatoes. Let's do it. All right, now before I get into the reasons, I think it is fair. The Canon R6 did come out a year ago, so the A7IV has some time to leapfrog it, but Canon hasn't come out with an updated model to replace it. So we got to compare both of these cameras at the $2,500 price point. Y'all know I can't remember stuff, so I did jot these down so I can make sure I didn't forget nothing. Let's get on with reason number one that you should pick up the A7IV over the R6, and that's megapixels. So the R6 is 20 megapixels, which is fine. The image quality is great. It can still do 4K and all of that stuff. But the A7IV comes in my opinion, what the sweet spot is of 33 megapixels. The file sizes are not too big. It's still a ton of room for you to crop and all that stuff, a ton of detail, a ton of resolution, and also what I think is a huge thing is when you want to use crop mode. So in crop mode with the A7IV, you are still getting 15 megapixels versus 8 megapixels on the R6, and overall, like sharpness and stuff like that, I do find that the A7IV does produce sharper images, although by not a lot. I'm not saying that the R6 is bad, but if I have a choice, I'm choosing 33 megapixels with the A7IV. The second reason, and this is probably the biggest thing between both of them, is the freaking mode dial right on top with the A7IV. Now, some of y'all might not know about this, right? But on the A7IV, especially for hybrid shooters, this thing is clutch. The switch can literally go from photo to video to S and Q modes on the fly. Like, you just flip the switch and you can switch between all the different modes. Also on top of that, you still have your custom 1, 2, and 3. So if you're a hybrid shooter, I mean, if you're not a hybrid shooter, I guess this doesn't matter to you, but if you are, imagine this. You out, you know, you doing your thing, you getting content, you taking pictures or whatever, and all of a sudden you see a video clip that you want to get real quick. One flick of the button, boom, you in video mode, and 1, 2, and 3, you got all of your favorite video modes like 24, 30, 60, whatever the case may be, all sitting right there. It is so handy when you want to switch back and forth quickly between photo modes. This right here is the reason why I pick up my A7IV over my A7S III when I'm just going to take one camera with me to go do whatever. So that mode dial is freaking clutch. The third thing that I got to touch on real quick, I gave Canon its roses for the ability to like customize stuff to the front dial, but I gotta give Sony the roses when it comes to lens selection. This by itself is freaking huge. So Sony by themselves have over 70 native E-mount lenses for Sony cameras. On top of that, you got third-party support like Tamron, Viltrox, Mikey, Sigma, and all the rest of them. So there's something for everybody in every price category. Now I know Canon is gonna catch up. They are starting to catch up. So if being able to get affordable lenses that cover any focal range, aperture range, all that stuff is important to you, you should definitely check out the A7IV. I'm not done though. I got a whole lot more to say. Let's do it. You know, if I was somebody that liked jumping in the lakes, I would go jump in the lake right now, but I'm not. Let's get on with reason number 4. And that's for you people who are into flash photography. The A7IV came with a whole host of improvements when it came to handling off-camera flashes. Now, some people might say this is not a big deal, but for somebody like me who frequently does maternity shoots, sports shoots, and stuff like that, the control that the A7IV gives you when it comes to syncing off-camera flashes, high-speed sync, all that stuff, even with multiple flashes, is literally game-changing. I've never used a camera that is this easy when it comes to off-camera flashes. Now, number 5 is picture profiles. Now, you can customize the Canon. You can also pick different gammas and stuff like that, but Right out the box, you got like 9 picture profiles that you can customize to your heart's content. And I'm talking about customize everything from the gamma curve, whether it's HLG, whether it's S-Log 1, 2, or 3, whether it's Cinetone, whether it's Cine profiles. Like, there's so many different options when it comes to customizing picture profiles on the Sony A7IV. Number 6 is full-size HDMI. Like, I don't know why any camera manufacturer in today's world is still putting micro HDMI into cameras. The fact that this has full-size HDMI to connect to a monitor, to connect to a TV, whatever the case may be, is freaking next level. I cannot stand that little fiddly, punk, stupid micro HDMI port. So that's my number 6, is full-size HDMI. I got more, don't you worry. Hey, you know, one other thing I forgot to mention with the R6. The R6 does have USB-C, but it's limited to 5 gigabits per second. The A7IV also has USB-C, but it maxes out at 10 gigabits per second. So that may or may not matter to you, but on to number 7, and that is unlimited freaking recording. Yes, I know some of y'all don't care about it, but for me, a content creator, somebody who's always shooting videos of myself and other people, I cannot stand 30-minute record limits. Now, to be fair, the R6 does have a 30-minute record limit. Canon, however, has removed that 30-minute record limit from all of its cameras going forward. Unfortunately, the R6 is just the topic of conversation right now, but the other cameras don't have it. But A7IV does not have that 30-minute record limit, so if that's a big deal to you, that's something that you definitely need to consider. Now, the next thing going for the A7IV is it has 2 card slots just like the EOS R6. Now, the EOS R6 has 2 UHS 2 SD slots, whereas this has a CF Express Type A for one of them and also a UHS 2 card for the other one. So again, that's a big deal, big W for the Sony. For people that care about that, it is a big deal. Now, number 9 is one of my favorite things about the A7IV, and that's the smart features that it has. Now, I did give Canon the R6 its roses last video when it comes to the manual focus assist. That mess is game changing, but this also has some tricks up its sleeve when it comes to like focus breathing compensation and also focus map and things like that. If you don't know what the breathing compensation does, so when you have lenses like this, the 50mm f1.2 gangster mode with fast prime lenses, you get a lot of breathing when it comes to taking pictures and videos, and it actually moves the focal plane back and forth. So what Sony did is they said, you know, since we got enough detail on this sensor, let's crop in just a little bit to get rid of that movement on the outside of the frame, and the end result is an image with your 50mm f1.2 or whatever fast prime you got with no focus breathing. Absolutely game changing. Focus map is there too, although I don't find focus map too useful. I'm sure some people probably do, but Terry don't. That's my number 9. I got a few more. All right, so next W for the A7IV is for my video creators. The A7IV is way more robust when it comes to video. So what I mean by that is there's more codecs available. So you got H.264, you got H.265, you got 10-bit available in pretty much, I ain't gonna say all of them, but a lot more modes than are available on the R6. And ultimately, the bit rates are higher on the A7IV also. So if you are primarily going to shoot video, and you are debating between the R6 and the A7IV is an easy choice because it is a way more versatile video camera when it comes to codecs and all that stuff. My number 11 is the fact that you can connect a digital microphone through the multi-interface shoe. It's a digital shoe on top. You can connect microphones that give you fully digital control, and you can also connect receivers and stuff like that that will allow you to do 24-bit recording on up to 4 channels with select modules and all that good stuff. So if audio is important to you, also the W goes to the A7IV. The last W for the A7IV, and this is my number 12, is that the A7IV has built-in live streaming options. So with the R6, you need to download Canon software, and it's not hard to do, but with the A7IV, the streaming options are built into the camera. Not only that, but while you're live streaming, you can actually simultaneously record that stream to an SD card, which is game changing. I don't know if that's a big deal to y'all, but if you're a streamer, you know what I'm talking about. So, all in all, both are fantastic cameras. You cannot go wrong with the R6 or the A7IV. It really boils down to what stuff do you need out of a camera. Again, I'm gonna say this, if you can't get good images or good products out of either one of these cameras, seriously, go back to the drawing board, get you some practice in, because both of these are fantastic and I don't think you could go wrong with either. In the last video to this saga, I'm gonna tell you what I think about both cameras and which one I think you should buy with your hard-earned ducats. I hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and watch the video right up there if you want to know the 11 reasons why you should pick up the R6 over the A7 IV, and I think that's it. So till next time, I'm gonna get out of here. Peace, chicken grease, much love, y'all. Terry Warfield, I'm out. Peace.